and they come from, I think this movement might have started in South, I think, much aggressively than anywhere. When we in North destroyed the soil, you, the people, took the initiative to make it to come back into health. And I should tell you, these two people, what they have done, I think Dr. Reddy was saying that 32, 35 years. 32 years. Just like a missionary working only for, not looking for the profitability of money making, then he would have entered into other businesses. But it was his real feeling for the farming community and soil health, I think that motivated them to found the first biological organization in India, I think. And that is thriving today also. And the same founders still today together leading the country into a natural and organic and a chemical-free nation. And I think we are really blessed to hear them today. There is no other people who can talk to us on this subject bigger than this, because they are not just innovators, but they have worked and lived with the farmers. They know every pulse of this technology, and they have the faith. If every support comes to them, they know that they will change the world into an healthy living pace for everything. And they have the idea, they have the thing, and they know what is the resistance. But they have gone through all those resistance and created a history now. And I'm sure we are with you, sir, and we hope with your guidance and support, we will able to take it further, and we together strongly make it your dream come into a reality soon. That's what we are looking at. And we look forward to hear from both of you what we can be with you and how the farming community can actually adopt it and take advantage where they have clearly shown the profitability. That is more important. They are not saying you just work, you just do it. They are saying we are going to give you more value addition in money, in profit. And not only that, you are getting a better soil. So what else a farmer wants, what else a nation wants. So let us hear the same from these both great people, those who are sitting with us today, who have done a pioneering work and still continuing and motivating all others like us. And we are really blessed to have both of you, sir. And we wish to hear from you now. So I request Dr. K.R.K. Reddy to start off the program. Please come, sir.
So what is the format? Is just speaking or in Q&A?
No, you can speak, sir.
So good afternoon, everyone. So all youngsters are happy to see here in Agri domain. So how many are agriculture graduates here? Most of them. Good, excellent. See, today we know where we stand in terms of agricultural productivity. So we talk about we are first, second, third in many of the commodities we produce. Are the farmers are happy? Except maybe 0.1, 0.2% of the farmers are happy. Those who are into commercial agriculture, especially horticulture. Otherwise, 140 million hectares of arable land we have. Out of that, we do 120 million hectares intensive cultivation. Okay, today the productivity is stagnant. Am I right or not? Yes. Productivity is stagnant almost more than 1.5 decades. We have not seen a significant increase in other productivity. So whatever the wheat, whatever the rice, the major crops, followed by pulses, or maybe the commercial crops like cotton, or maybe soybean, we didn't see incremental improvement year after the year. So though we produce large quantities of grains, oil seeds, whatsoever, but the productivity per hectare, per acre is stagnant. So we do not have much improvements. The reasons, yes, of course, agriculture, lot of factors influence, right from soil, seed, and climatic factors. isn't it? So it is all vagaries it is subjected to. But definitive is what? What is definitive in our regular agriculture? Whatever the perspiration of the farmers. What is perspiration of the farmers? The farmers, hard work. They do a lot of hard work and they invest and everything left to the God. We have seen in South India or maybe some parts of India where continuous rains, farmers lost all their crops in some regions. The floods, too much of rain and too much of inundation. And especially the rice and also commercial crops. Cotton almost gone. The rice lodging was there. And there are so many vagaries we have seen it. But what is the minimum output we can expect from any crop? So we are not getting it. Though the government is giving subsidized fertilizer or maybe the MSPs, unless until we improve the productivity, so we cannot reach double the income of the farmers. So it is a journey for everyone. And what is that we are doing? All of us sitting here in this hall, or we are going to contribute something to the prosperity of our farmers. So therefore, our company, as he said, Mr. Dominic, we started more than 3 decades back our journey into agriculture, being a PhD in biological science. And we are the first generation entrepreneurs. And of course, we have seen nightmares and ups and downs, bumpy path, but we never looked back. And still we are going on. We all started our second innings. So we all reached 60, myself and Dr. Peter. I am 64 plus now, and he is 60 plus. So still we are very active, and not only physically, but also in our thought process. So we are committed to do something for the agriculture. So therefore, we are with Krishi Jagran, and it's a flagship event, MNIOP, and also the millionaire farmers whatsoever identifying across the country. So now coming to our mission, we are into biological agriculture. We promote biological agriculture. We promote bio-intensive integrated crop management. You all heard about INM, IPM, IDM like that, but there is a ICM, integrated crop management, where you are going to integrate the almost all kinds of management of soil, seed and plant health. So unless until if you look at agriculture holistically, that means every factor, that means from the seed side, from the soil and also the plant health. So unless until we see, we cannot harvest the full potential of our seed. So we know generally, suppose say any motorcycle, while they sell a motorcycle, this gives 70 kilometers per liter, a star mark is subjected to conditions. So likewise, every seed company also claims my seed will give 30 quintals of cotton per acre, subjected to conditions. What are those conditions? What we are discussing is maybe the climate or the soil conditions. So therefore, yes, our seed companies, in fact, especially Hyderabad or Telangana is seed hub of India. We have major seed companies. Every company produces good, nice hybrids, improved varieties, as well as transgenic crops. At the same time, there is a full potential. How to harvest this full potential unless until we provide the conditions to the crop, growing crop. So always everything starts with the soil. Soil is the foundation. Soil is the foundation, and last 10 years everybody now talks about the soil. And ever since the COVID, onset of COVID, everyone talks about the human immunity. We also talks of the immunity of the soil and immunity of the plants. So the soil is not a dirt, it is not a dust. Soil has life, soil has its own rights. So therefore we need to protect the soil rights. What are the rights of the soil? As I told you, it is not just dust. It is a living entity. It has all the 3 important parameters like physical, biological and chemical. We only talk about physical and chemical properties of the soils all these years. Now we started talking about the life of the soil, that is the living life, that is maybe flora and fauna of soils. So soils like humans, and the soil can be comparable with the human gut. How our stomach is a very important organ for our humans, like that soil is also very important growing crop. The soil is not just anchoring one, the soil it gives food, water, and immunity to the plants. So how this immunity is given, it is called the systemic resistance in the crops. It is just because of the microbial dynamics, population of the microbes. You know very well about the microbes. So maybe zyvic, what we call, these microbes, you know pretty well, viruses, bacteria and fungi. So all these microbes, they are good, they are bad, and also some neutral. The bad microbes, you know pretty well, they causes diseases to the seed-borne diseases, soil-borne diseases, and also foliar diseases like damping off, dieback, wilt. So many diseases are there. Like at the same time, there are certain counter microbes which control these disease-causing microbes, or maybe the insect pest like sucking pest or chewing pest. So since we are using so many chemicals last 6 or 7 decades, we lost the natural enemies and natural microbial populations from the agricultural ecosystem. So there is another story, but at the same time, now today we are talking about immunity, we are talking about regenerative agriculture. So therefore we need to bring back what we lost from our agricultural ecosystem. So out of that, what we have taken up is the microbes, role of microbes in what we call sustaining the agricultural ecosystem. So therefore we are all manufacturers of biologicals, especially biofertilizers, biopesticides and biostimulants. So they play a great role in improving crop productivity in terms of providing a proper nutrition to the crop and a proper disease management and also insect pest management. These are the 3 major what we call problems in our agriculture. Therefore, we are trying our best to impart this biological science and integrate with our other practices. You know, practices generally mechanical practices and maybe cultural practices, chemical practices and biological practices. These are the generally 4 kinds of practices. That's why natural farming came into picture, organic farming came into picture. So now we are now talking about integrated agriculture. Therefore we cannot say no to chemicals at this moment of time. So because we need to feed 140 million, 1.2, 1.4 billion population of the country, maybe 11 billion of the whole world. So therefore there is a pressure on each and every inch of our soils. So the soils are degraded and we are losing soils for urbanization, industrialization, lot. So therefore whatever the land out of 30%, so 70% is water, something like that globally. And out of that we are diminishing, land is diminishing, and therefore we need to produce more per hectare or per acre. So therefore we need to invent new technologies where we can get the productivity. So therefore, so let us talk about integration of all these technologies. It may be IoT technologies, what we talk about, the drones, or what we talk about, what we call the air seeding, what we talk about the water management, nutrient use efficiency, water use efficiency. All these new technologies are there, therefore we need to impart all the technologies. So move away from the conventional things. Yes, we talk about, okay, Goadharit or cow-based agriculture, they're all there. But are we going to have these, are these practices are going to sustain our productivity, increasing our productivity by 70%? Because, so there is a prediction that we need to produce 70% more per acre in next 30-40 years to feed the growing populations. So that's our challenge. Therefore, so every centimeter of the arable land is most important. Therefore, there is a huge task on us. There are a lot of all of us. Let us pledge, and all of us to work together to take these technologies and especially to empower the farmers with all these technologies and at least improve their livelihood by increasing their productivity. So thank you so much, sir. and I'm ready to take up any one or two questions from the audience. Yes, please.
सर जैसे कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि भारत में जो पहला राज्य जो पूरी दुनिया में मतलब कह सकते हैं पूरा फर्स्ट स्टेट है वो हमारा जो है जैविक खेती को लेकर सिक्किम है जो कि जैविक राज्य है यहाँ पे जैविक खेती को अपनाया जा रहा है और 2020 में वहाँ पे मतलब कि रासायनिक खादों का इस्तेमाल बिल्कुल बंद कर दिया गया था। तो अब हम देख सकते हैं कि पहला राज्य सिक्किम है जो कि जैविक खेती को अपनाया और आगे देख सकते हैं कि और भी राज्य इस पे जैविक खेती पे अटल रहेंगे, इसको आगे लेकर जाएंगे क्योंकि ज्यादातर अभी भी ऐसे स्टेट है जहाँ पर रासायनिक खादों का ज्यादा इस्तेमाल हो रहा है।
So anybody can give in English. I understand, but more precisely.
I think she was asking, Sikkim is the first state in organic declared one. Is there any other state can go in that state level? Is that also the question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, sometimes our answers may be a bit bitter. Okay. So I do not want to go that side, but yes, Sikkim is declared the first state in our country to be organic. Yes, because of its topography, small size, and already they are mostly organic in nature, and therefore it is possible to convert that entire state into organic. Otherwise, states like Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, huge land masses, and we have so many other issues like, so the small and marginal farmers is very difficult to manage, party systems are there, caste systems are there, there are many inherent problems we have, but today if you look at, there is a sea change in the perception of the farmers. Not only farmers, see, it is a kind of a coordinated effort. All the stakeholders. I'm a what you call doctorate in biotechnology, and I'm a manufacturer. I can also communicate with the farmers and the youngsters like you. So likewise, all the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? See, unless until the private-public partnerships really evolve to take this technology to the grassroots level, the farmers, unfortunately, the extension system in our country is weak. You know what is extension system? Okay. So that means if any research happens in any university and they should reach to the farmer, it may be a package of practice, or maybe input, or maybe other technologies. So who has to guide the farmers? Extension system of the government or from the private companies. So private companies, we are doing better than government extension system today. Generally, even now also, 70 to 80% of the farmers, for every problem, they go to the dealer. You know pretty well, you are all into this. So, they take a fruit or a flower or a leaf, infected one, or maybe insect, they go to the dealer, not to the extension officers. Very few extension officers. For every 20 villages, 30 villages, there will be one extension officer. So there may be 1,000 farmers, one extension officer. So he is busy with his administrative work. And he never goes to the villages. Even if he goes to villages on the administrative work, he never visits the fields and give advices. So therefore, even today, 75 to 80% of the farmers depends on the dealers. Dealers means what? Those who sell the products for the advice. Of course, credit is another issue, but they go to the dealer to the advice. So therefore, the extension system is weak. And the second thing is, of course, there is a DESI program now, at least the government through Manage and other associations, they are now at least educating the dealers in terms of general package of practices or maybe crop-based solutions, etc. So unless until we strengthen the extension system, the biologicals will not see the light. So therefore, conversion is very slow. Conversion is very slow. Some governments like Andhra Pradesh, they have taken up this. natural farming and organic farming in a big way. But hardly they convert few thousands of acres, last maybe 10 years. Therefore, it is a process. Down the line, maybe it will take one more decade. By and large, the farmers take up integrated crop management. Thank you. Any more questions? Yes, please.
Sir, it is possible to feed the nation with organic meat.
The bitter truth is not possible at this moment of time. At this moment of time. Unless until at least.
After 50 or 100 years.
Why organic? What is organic? Maybe we are going into a different topic. What is organic?
Sir, produced by natural products and only a small types of chemicals used.
Yes. See, today system is highly polluted. When I started my career into agri business, agri input as a biological manufacturer, the hardly maybe 15-20 pesticides used to be there. Now, if you go and see the CIBRC registration, there are hundreds and hundreds of fungicides, insecticides, rodenticides, weedicides. So, the diseases, new insect pests are evolving, likewise new molecules are coming up. So, now what happens? Fertilizer responsive crops. Unless until you give fertilizer, crop will not grow. Unless until you give high irrigation, crops will not grow. That is the status today. Now slowly we have to go back to the natural means. The conversion is not easy. You know, to form 1 centimeter or 1 inch of soil, it takes millions of years. You know the process, biogeochemical withering. Biogeochemical withering, that is the process how the soil is formed. It takes millions of years. Today we lose thousands of topsoil, thousands of tons of topsoils because of floods and because of other natural and wind and other things blown away. At the same time, soil is degraded because of so much chemicals we have dumped onto the soil. So how do we convert? How do we regenerate? That itself takes decades of time. So it's not that easy to convert chemical agriculture into organic agriculture or biological agriculture even 50 years. Maybe few more generations required to convert. If you determine, the government determine and everything, but not compromising on feeding the populations. How to feed the populations? People talk about organic culture, not natural farming, but those who are self-interested people only, commercially so far it is not profitable. Forget about the profit, the production, 1.3 billion people, how do we feed?
We have to import more and more.
Import is organic food? You are talking about organic. So, but anyway, trends are there. We are moving towards more of biological, but balanced approach is always good. That is called integrated approach. Integrated means not 100% organic, not 100% chemicals. All the practices we need to use very in a balanced manner. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
So as I said, you could see the Josh is that's what is happening. Okay. Now we listen to Dr. John Peter, another person who had been in this field for at least 25 years.
24 years.
24 years. Okay. And I think you have come from some other field to agriculture. I think.
Nothing.
No.
I was
Always in agriculture. Okay. So let us listen to Dr. John Peter. Please come.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I was with agriculture. I started my career as a science graduate, and I was working as a scientist at Agri. in various organizations and started this in 2003. That's our Shabaya Science and Technology. Uh, Thank you very much, Dominic, Mrs. Shiny, and Mamata for giving this opportunity. I'm very happy to see all the youngsters who are dedicated for improving the agriculture in this country, communicating with the farmers directly about the technologies. And more importantly, I also congratulate this organization for grooming so many agri graduates and non-agri graduates and give them employment, which is very important. And the end result will be the benefit to the farmers. Apart from the role model, there are several business opportunities they also might be having. But a business should ensure what? The business should ensure the benefit for the receiver. Arak is also a business. Selling arak is also a business. Am I correct or not? But it is not, in true sense, it is not a business. It is something else. So the business, the end point will be giving benefit to the consumers. So I think Krishi Jagran is giving one of the best in the country, and congratulations to the entire team. Okay. So next, thank you very much. And I don't know how many of you are aware of these biofertilizers, biopesticides, and plant stimulants. And we are the first country, apart from China, to introduce biofertilizer in a regulated manner. Way back 2020 years before, we have introduced and regulated biofertilizers. And about 23 years before biopesticides. We are one of the pioneers in regulating. Now, world first biostimulant. We only introduced and trying to regulate biostimulants also. We are pioneers in several things. But the actual thing is, the benefit of these formulations are not reaching the farmers. Say for example, if a biofertilizer is properly used in a farmer's field, you can reduce 25 to 40% of the regular chemical fertilizers. And in spite of that, you can increase the yield and reduce the disease and pest incidences. So scientifically it is proven. ICR has done, we have done, multiple trials have been carried out. And now in India, you know what is the subsidy for the fertilizers? Roughly around 170 lakh crore to 190 lakh crore. So if you are trying to reduce 25% of the chemical fertilizer, you will be roughly saving around 50 lakh crore rupees. Correct or not? 50 lakh crore rupee is not a small amount. But as Dr. Reddy said, the popularization of this technology is very limited. ICR is not able to do. State Agriculture Department is having limited resources. And we also, as a manufacturer, we cannot go each and every corner and popularize it because country is too big. For example, if you raise a question in Hindi, and my one friend who is in Hyderabad for more than 40 years, so we need translation. And for me it is still more worse. I'm from down south. So this kind of country is very complex. Each state is becoming one country in our India. So the penetrating these biological products in different countries are becoming difficult for us. So what we do is we integrate our products with big companies, and wherever we are effective, we are popularizing our product. So one aspect is the integration of these biological with the chemical fertilizers and pesticides is our first objective, because we cannot rule out the chemical pesticides and fertilizers in this country for quite some time. and it is also detrimental for the growing population like India. So if we integrate, the chemical imprint can be reduced in this country. For example, with one product integration like Pseudomonas, we can avoid the basmati residue of tricyclosol. So tons and tons of tricyclosol is returned, and several tons of tea is getting returned. All these things because of the chemical pesticide usage. So we can integrate at the harvesting level, we can integrate this and reduce the chemical imprint. So these are all some of the important factors what we have on hand. And remember, we are the pioneers. But now all the European countries and the Western countries, especially Brazil, they are very aggressive on popularizing this biological, not India. India, though this government is very keen on promoting this, and to an extent they are doing well, but it is not sufficient, because in Brazil, one farmer if he is adopting, it will be in 10,000 hectares to 10,000 hectares. Here, 10 farmers if they become biological, it will be 5 hectares to 10 hectares. So there is lots of difference in conversion of the land usage on biologicals, and I think Krishi Jagran and the entire team can take this idea of popularizing biologicals wherever it is, but it should be regulated biologicals. Government, whatever government certify and approve, that you can popularize among the farmers and explain them and integrate, whichever company it is, integrate into the system. This is what my request to you. And one more thing is, someone else has asked whether it is 100% organic, and the other one is asked, is it possible to make 100% organic agriculture? Yes, 100% organic agriculture is possible in long duration fruit crops. Long duration fruit crops like citrus, mango, all these things over a period of time, within 10 years you can make 100% and without compromising the yield. Short duration crop is a problem. And importantly, our population is exploding, and China's population is reducing, and we need to feed. Over a period of time, our population also will come down. At that time, we can aim for, there are two things. One is the quality food and the quantity. We are aiming for quantity now to feed the public. And there will be time to reach, target the quality food. At that time, all this integration will happen and we will become totally chemical free, organic people, or little bit of chemical and more of biologicals. So with this, if there are any questions, I love to answer. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Any questions? Have you taken your lunch?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, as we come to conclude today's Chapal, I would like to extend my hearty thanks to all of you, and especially to our guest of honors, Mr. K.R.K. Reddy sir and John Peter sir, for coming here, sparing your valuable time and acknowledging all of us. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of Krishi Jagran family, at last but never the least, I would like to extend a hearty congratulations to sir for acknowledging us and enlightening today's Chapal. Now I would like you to be seated for the photo session.